Welcome back to another video. So the plan today was to film a day in the life, take you guys along with just a weekday with me. I've actually been out of the house a lot today, so I thought it might be an interesting day to actually take the camera with me. But I left it in the car because I was kind of rushing this morning. So instead, I'm just gonna head in and I'll film the rest of my day, which isn't super interesting, but it's better than just filming my training, I suppose. Okay, so it's like 2:15. I've just got in, had some food, and been in the garden playing the Zuko. Not gonna lie, not thriving today. I don't know what it is. The last 2 nights, I've really struggled to sleep, which is unlike me. Usually, if I'm struggling to sleep, it's because I'm super stressed. I've got loads of things going on in my brain. Guys, I'm so calm at the moment. Like, I feel so on top of everything. Everything is going really well. For some reason, I just literally can't sleep at night, and it's just really obviously bugging me. But it's fine. I've just not got a lot of energy today. And actually, what's quite weird, so I just had a burrito bowl for lunch from Tortilla, shock. But I'm also covered in dog hair because I've just been literally getting wrestled in the garden. But yeah, when I got most of the way through my food, I started to feel quite sick and just trying to play in the garden and stuff with Zuko, which, to be fair, doing that when I've got a full tummy is never easy anyway. Yeah, I don't quite feel right, so I don't know if there's maybe something wrong with me. I'm coming down with something, but we will see. Also, just literally clear some of the crap off my desk. I got a new tripod for when I podcast. So previously, I had like a proper big tripod for my camera, which isn't actually in here, that I used to use for YouTube videos that I now use for podcasting and like as my webcam essentially. It's my old like Sony ZV-1F camera. I use that literally as a webcam now just because I prefer using the camera that I'm currently using for kind of these videos. And so I'd been using it on like a big tripod stand, and because my desk's obviously fairly tall, it was just taking up so much space when it was like at the right height that I was like, oh, I'll get one of these and I'll use that. Sorry, just trying to change my camera. I'll use this. And then I can just leave the camera set and it won't take up any space next to my desk, / it'll leave me room for extra furniture next to my desk. But it's like really tall. That wasn't interesting, but basically I'm not really happy with my purchase. But it's fine, I haven't actually tried the camera on there yet. So plan of action is now I'm gonna sit and work through about 45 minutes to an hour of replies. My inbox is actually pretty empty because yesterday before I logged off, I made sure it was clear, which is what I always do when I know I'm gonna be out and doing something the next morning. Just to make sure no one's kind of waiting for replies. So, sorry, I realised my computer was unlocked and there was client information on there, so just locked that. I don't know where I got to before I unlocked my computer because it was just natural instinct. Anyway, let's continue talking. So yeah, I quote 72-hour reply times for my clients. And when I do mentorship calls or have conversations with upcoming coaches, new coaches about kind of how I structure things, that's one thing I always make sure to mention to them, because a lot of coaches fall into the trap when they first start feeling like they have to do like constant communication, 24-hour replies, that sort of thing. And a lot of really high level coaches do 24-hour replies and it does work really well for them. But I always say to people on my inquiry calls, listen, well, I will get back to you within 24 hours the majority of the time. It's rare it goes over that. However, I will quote 72 hours and I quote 72 hours to everyone, whether that's nutrition clients or powerlifting clients, because if I ever need to take a sick day, if I ever have something come up, if I've ever just got inundated with other things I need to get done in personal life, for example, I can take that extra day and not stress over it. Now, my clients know my routine at this point anyway. Like, generally speaking, I'll have a Saturday mostly off. Sometimes I'll still work a Saturday, but no one's ever really expecting replies kind of over the weekend. But I will always reply to them at least one of the days over the weekend, sometimes both, depending on kind of what I've got going on outside of obviously working like in personal life at the weekends. But I don't think anyone needs to fall into this trap of feeling like you have to reply instantly, because one thing I also see is when people come to me from coaches that do literally sit at their desk and reply straight away all the time, all day, every day, is they don't have that autonomy over their own training and that ability to make the right calls for themselves in the moment. And they then don't have that confidence. So then if I were to take like a week of annual leave, they then wouldn't have that so much. So this is why like I'm really big on making sure that I get back to clients pretty much as quickly as I can. And a lot of the time it will be pretty much straight away. Like, some clients send me messages as the training's going on, whereas other people send them at the end. If I know it's someone sending me messages during training, I will wait until the end unless I see an urgent message that's them asking me a specific question, which is very rare that happens because I'm so big on teaching autonomy to my clients. But yeah, I just thought it was worth mentioning. But anyway, how I kind of keep on top of my replies and everything, keep my inbox pretty, not empty, but on the lower end of messages, is I just make sure that before I log off, the last thing I do, whether I've got a massive to-do list or not, the last thing I will do is always finish like going through my replies. Usually I make sure to clear it fairly early in the day and then again in the afternoon, and that works really, really well for me, or like evening time. And then the next morning, the only messages I have to go through are people that train like the evening before type thing. And it works really well. And it's just an easy way to stay on top of things. And then it gives me kind of work blocks of reply time, content time, like admin back office stuff time. Like it allows me to split things up really, really well. And then like one thing I'm really big on as well is like personal development and continuing to develop my like knowledge as well. So I have certain time blocked out for that as well. And it just allows me to keep on top of things really well. So anyway, that was a lot of ramble. Basically the plan is get my replies and stuff up to date, done, inbox empty. And then I'm gonna go do some meal prep and some cooking. My steps aren't high today. So the last few days, I actually did manage to do 15,000 steps the last 3 days in a row, which I'm so proud of myself for. I'm currently on just below 4,000. However, I would probably get the treadmill out and do my replies while I'm doing some steps, but honestly, I don't feel amazing. So I'm not going to do that right now. And the reason, so in the last video, I spoke through kind of how I'm changing my lifestyle to help me get into the weight class, because I want to sit in the 84 kilo weight class. I currently sit a couple kilos above it. One thing is obviously just going to be more expenditure in my daily life. And one thing I'm going to be doing is when I'm doing tasks that don't require quite as much focus, which sounds really awful when I say I'm working through replies. But when I say focus, I mean like specific programming where I have to kind of actually go in and move stuff around sheets and like fully be like locked in. I can watch videos and have the program up and check things and watch it and analyze people's movement patterns when I'm doing like slow steps. It's just really hard for me to like, I don't know, write programs at the same time and like stuff like that. So anyway, when I edit my videos, I also do make sure to get some steps in. So plan for today, basically what I'm thinking is if I end up going under my steps, that's okay. My energy's super low. I'm not feeling 100% in myself outside of that anyway. So if I have a day below, it doesn't matter because I've had 3 previous days where I'm way above where I would normally be. And that's one thing I'm trying to just kind of take pressure off of. I haven't got a specific step goal I aim to hit every single day. I'm just trying to get my overall weekly steps above where they were by like a good amount. So part of me is like 15,000 steps every single day. You can do that. You can do that. And yes, I probably can do that. But then I know myself and I know I'm going to get to a point where I always feel guilty that I'm not doing that every single day. Like if I have a couple of days where I miss it, which will naturally happen because 15,000 steps a day is a lot when you're doing other stuff. And if I'm not at my desk all day, that's not going to be an easy thing to do because I won't be getting my treadmill out and stuff. So basically, I'm just doing it in a way of no pressure on it, but just make sure you're moving more throughout the whole week. So today I might not get as many in. I'll probably aim to still do like 10,000-ish. I'll probably still get my treadmill out in a bit because I want to edit yesterday's YouTube video and kind of keep really on top of my editing. But the plan for today, I've got a call booked in at 5. So I'm going to do some food prep once I finish my replies. I've got a call booked in at 5 for a nutrition consultation, inquiry call type thing. And then after that, I need to train and it's the England game tonight, which I don't follow football. I used to play football. Football was my main sport for most of my life before I joined the gym. I think I quit dance and gymnastics when I was like 8, maybe 9. And then I went straight into football and I played football religiously through until like I literally joined the gym at 16 and then I kind of slowly fizzled out in my last year of high school. But football was like my main sport for a really long time. So I do really like football and I really get into it when I'm watching it, but I just don't follow it anymore, like at all. I think part of it is just the fact that my dad was always so big into football. It was almost like I'm not getting into what you're into. I'm going to do my own thing. But basically the weekend, I can't remember when it was, England quarterfinal game. It was like 10 p.m. on a Saturday night. And I was like, let's watch it. Let's just watch it. So I actually did watch that one. I ended up going to bed past midnight, which is not something I can cope with. And I felt awful Sunday because of it. But the match tonight is at like 8 o'clock. So I was like, oh, we'll just watch this. Because semi-finals, like, I'll put it on while I'm in bed and just, if I fall asleep, I fall asleep. But I want to be done with everything to actually get into bed and watch that in good time. So basically thinking, call at 5. Once that call is done, that will be like the last work thing I do today. So then I will literally go out, train. My training session should hopefully take me like an hour to an hour and a half maximum, probably less than an hour because it is quite a short session. I'm also probably not going to do my HIIT session today again because of how I'm feeling, but I might feel great by the time I finish training. So if I do, then I will absolutely still do it. But again, no pressure on things because my overall expenditure throughout the week is up. I've been enjoying the HIIT sessions. I didn't enjoy it last week quite so much, but I know I'll do my cardio at the weekend regardless anyway. So it's all fine. It's all about, not putting too much pressure on myself. But what I will say is once I finish training, I'm literally going to go on a dog walk, have a shower, and then just heat up my meal prep and then eat that, get in bed in time for the football to start, and then just have a really chilled night and hopefully sleep well tonight. But yeah, today's not like a slow work day. It's just not crazy busy. Like I don't tend to book as much stuff in on a Wednesday, Thursday. I try and keep like midweek a little bit quieter, especially because I do typically still work weekends. I'll usually have one day off, but I know what I'm like, and I know that there will still be one day at the weekend where I sit and like, I really like a Sunday for my replies, and like generally I have a Saturday off, and then on a Sunday I will just like make sure that I've caught up with kind of everyone. And I really enjoy that because most people are on their phones and available on a Sunday. So we end up having like an actual proper back and forth conversation. And I really enjoy that. Okay, so it is 3:20. So plan of action is now to do some, I say meal prep. I think I should probably call it baking because I have loads of bananas that need to be cooked up. So I'm going to make some banana bread. I got some lemons yesterday, so I can make like a lemon kind of flavored banana bread. I don't know. Kind of just, yeah, need something sweet. My sweet cravings have been through the roof the last few days. So going to focus on making some sweet treats so that I've got the fridge stocked up with sweet food so that I then can just obviously have that. So looking forward to that. One thing I wanted to talk through in this video, I saw a reel on Instagram a few days ago, and it was an untested lifter, and she was basically saying that if you want to get in shape, you have to accept that you're going to have to eat boring meals because it's the easiest way to make it sustainable. And essentially she was saying like the chicken rice and broccoli life is there's a reason it's like cliche of what you do when you eat healthy. And I think she had a good point in saying that basically you have to get used to eating similar foods all the time. But I didn't agree with the fact that it had to be boring food all the time. So I have said in videos before, and I say to nutrition clients, I say to one-off nutrition consults all the time that I cannot eat food I don't enjoy. I can't. I literally just can't. So what I've done over the years is I've just found recipes that are really easy to make in bulk and stocked up on them. And I'll occasionally add new ones into rotation. Like recently I've changed up things a little bit. And I will eat the same meals pretty much on repeat and on rotation throughout the week. But I won't eat boring meals. I'll eat meals that I've just prepped that maybe they don't take long to prep. Like people have this thing against like seasonings and stuff. Like, sorry, you can make chicken rice and broccoli and other vegetables taste really good if you cook them properly and if you season them. And unless you're like bodybuilder, like literally getting ready for a show a few weeks out of a show, you can season your food, guys. But yeah, it was just the principle of like, I got her point in saying that, you know, you need to, if you want to hit your goals and if you want to hit like eat in a clean way and lose body fat and get lean, you need to get comfortable eating boring, repetitive meals. And, you know, something like chicken rice is really easy to make and cook up and just have available, but it's also kind of gross if you don't make it right. So I just want to talk on that and basically say you don't have to eat really boring meals all the time. Like chili, bolognese, two really easy things to cook up to get loads of fresh veg in, loads of fresh herbs and spices or dried herbs and spices, depending on what you buy. You can chuck beans in there for extra fiber. Like you can make it into this really good, delicious, nutritious meal that tastes good. And you can alternate between chili, bolognese. You can do pasta bakes. You can do so many different things. Like curries are really simple as well. Like one pan, slow cooker recipes, that sort of thing. They taste great and they don't actually take long. Like if you find like one pan recipes, like one dish recipes, one pan recipes, I love, because I just chuck everything in and then I'll put it in the fridge overnight and the next day I'll just chuck it in the oven and it'll be done and I'll have 7-8 portions of food ready to go. So I just want to basically say you don't have to have boring meal prep. Anyway, I need to stop talking. I'm on my second kind of monster of the day to try and help with my energy levels, but I think I'm numb to monsters at this point. I'm not feeling myself right now, but it's okay. It's all going to be okay. Plan is to get this all in the oven and then I'm going to actually get some steps in on the treadmill and I'm going to make my next YouTube video or get that edited. I'm like well ahead on my editing as well, guys. These videos are like a week behind and I'm literally going to sit up and make the video that I filmed yesterday. So proud of myself. And I'll do that before I have my call at 5. So I've got plenty of time. I was trying to work out how much time I had. And I like literally skipped an hour. It was like 5 to 3. And I was like, oh my God, I've only got an hour until my call. Like, no, there's literally 2 hours until your call. So yeah, gonna make this banana bread. Don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but I'll figure it out. And then, yeah, get some editing done. Okay, so really good mood. Call went really, really well. Managed to get about an hour done. So call got pushed back. I can't get my words out. The call got pushed back half an hour. So I spent an hour doing steps on my walking pad and just editing, getting my videos up to date and everything. So really happy with what I managed to get done. Now about to train. It is 20 past, well, quarter past, nearly 20 past 6. I've just dished up my banana bread. So I've got that after I finish my session with a protein shake, and that's my last food for the day. So not loads of food left, but I will enjoy it. My appetite's also not super high because I had the burrito bowl. I'm feeling good, looking forward to training. It is a very light session today. I've got really light fives, I think 3x5 at 90 kilos on bench. So I've pushed that up another 2.5, set load every single week, 3x5, lightest session of the week. Intrigued to see how my pec feels. Haven't really noticed it today, so we'll see how it feels. Usually by the last set is when I kind of start to notice some aggravation in there. If you don't know what I'm talking about, mention it in the last video. Go watch it. But then also got sumo deadlifts today, paused sumo 4x2, I believe at 140, and then just some lower body accessories that are like bodyweight movements, just kind of more prioritizing health, rehab movements, that sort of thing. So this session usually doesn't take me more than an hour. I'm aiming to get done in 45 minutes from when I actually strip the bar from yesterday and get myself set up. So I'll set a timer and try and beat that, because I do need to kind of get a move on if I want to have the dog walked and everything by the time the game starts tonight at 8. But yeah, I'm feeling really good. I love when I have a call with a client or a potential client and they're just super chatty. Like, it just puts me in a really good mood. So had a really nice call, in a good mood. Everything's good. Body feels good. Overall, I feel pretty healthy. It's just my pec really that I'm somewhat concerned about. In the last video, I mentioned my IT band was a little bit iffy on my left leg, but it's definitely felt better today. So I think that was just a little bit of general aggravation from like a heavy end of block last week. So not too concerned with that. But yeah, I'm going to stop talking and crack on with my session.
Let it go. 얼어붙어 like whoa. 띵하고 어지러워. I see. 한여름에도 난 겨울. Yeah, got cold. Yeah, 너와 있을 때 I swear. 제가 먼저 zero 폭설한 그 children. 꿈에도 I wasn't aware. 나만 빼고 넌 모두에게 참 친절해. 내 신감이 들어 단판이 돼도 머릿속을 흔드는 ibuprofen 그만해. It's time to stop.
Okay, so target 45 minutes. Guys, the overachiever, I don't know if you see that, the overachiever that I am got that whole session done in 36 minutes. And being the nerd that I am, I want to see how long each lift took me. So from benching, literally setting up the bench to actually getting bench done, took me 7 minutes and 35 seconds. Deadlifts took me 16 minutes and 12 seconds. However, during my first double, Zuko, our dog, him in the garage, and picked up my ball of chalk and then tried to run away with it in the garden. And I took quite a long time to get that back off of him. So I think realistically 4 or 5 minutes should be cut off of that. And then accessories took me 12 minutes and 43 seconds, totaling 36 minutes and 30 seconds for my session, which I am very, very proud of. Also feel good. Everything felt good. Everything moved well. I'm actually really impressed with how quickly I got that done, especially in this heat. As you can see, I'm a bit of a mess. And my accessories, a lot of them were like timed accessories, like Copenhagen planks. I did like this wall slide and squeeze, like internal rotation kind of hold. So that obviously takes time. Wall sits as well are in there. So I think that's pretty impressive. I'm very sweaty though. But plan now is to just film a couple of client demonstration videos. So one thing that I regularly do, obviously having access to this gym all the time is great. I will, if a client is struggling with a particular movement, something in their setup, anything like that, and it's easier to kind of demonstrate, rather than doing the typical kind of broomstick demonstration that a lot of coaches obviously will do if they don't have a home gym, I will just come out here and film stuff for them. So I've got, I think, 3 videos I want to film, one on slack pull, one on setting up for squats and kind of getting a solid like bar position on your back, like solid hold on your back, and one on actually face pulls, how to hold the rope with face pulls, because one of my lifters is struggling with kind of her wrists feeling uncomfortable with them. So I'm going to film those and then going to head in. I'm going to walk the dog, and then I should get back in time to watch the football. I'll probably sit in the living room and watch the first half and then shower at half time because I'm running out of time. I say that actually, I've got like an hour, just under an hour, so actually not bad at all. I don't think there's really anything else to show you guys today though. So the rest of my evening is going to just be filming videos, eating, showering, watching the football. So that is going to be my day. I'm really, really happy with how things have gone today. Like, I'm really staying on top of the stress levels. I'm really staying in like a good routine at the moment. And I'm feeling good. I feel a lot better as well. Like obviously earlier I said I didn't feel great. I feel way better now. So I don't really know what that was. That was really strange. Also currently at 9,400 steps. So looking forward to getting back over the 10,000 again today. Like I say, I'm not putting pressure on it, but I definitely noticed my body feels a lot healthier. And like my squats the last couple of sessions, having done 10,000 steps before squatting, my squats felt great. So probably need to keep this up really just for like a longevity and health perspective anyway. So I'm going to wrap the video up here. Thank you very much if you made it to the end. I really appreciate it. Please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in a few days for the next one.
승부욕을 자극하는 style, yeah. 알면서도 마음이 자꾸 내게 가. 안만 빠져버릴까. If you want me back, I'll tell you I'm sorry. If you want me back, I'll tell you stop trying.